I hope you're having a great day. Y'all, we are not doing What You Cooking Wednesday because I will not be here the rest of the week, and I need to do some other things today, okay? We need to do some other things. So we're skipping What You Cooking Wednesday this week. I know that y'all have been wanting me to paint one of our busts. So we're going to paint George Washington today. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do him. It's going to be very easy, I promise. And I have some new products to show you, the most adorable products you've ever seen for the 4th of July, and I cannot wait to show them to you. They are new on the website and absolutely stinking adorable. So I'm going to show those to you all today before we paint our George Washington, and then we'll get to painting. The thing about these busts, we have George Washington, we have Lady Liberty, we have Abraham Lincoln, and we have Uncle Sam. Okay, so we have 4 different busts. The great thing about them is that they are very easy, okay? I feel like a lot of people get a little intimidated by it, but truly it's so simple, okay? It's a matter of painting it. You can just paint it almost any color that you want to. You could add a layer of triple thick on there. Today we're going to paint this to look kind of like stone. When we did our Uncle Sam, we painted it to look a little bit like concrete. So there's just all kinds of different things that you can do with them. You can just do like a paint and distress kind of a thing. So today we're going to make this look like stone, more like an ivory, or I don't know what kind of stone it's made, limestone or something like that, is what we're gonna do. So when you hop on, say hello, let me know you're watching. Hi Joy, hello Pam, hey Dale, hey Dana, hi Pam Williams, hey Linda Davis, hi Carol, hello Tammy, hey Aletta, hi Dorothy and Glenda. Tammy says, I'm new to your page. Please bear with me because I had a stroke 5 years ago and it's hard for me to type, so I use the mic to text. Absolutely. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Carol. Hello, Deborah. Hi, Christine. Good to see you all. Hello, Dee Dee. Hey, Carol Gore. She said, I'm so sorry to hear that, Carol. She said her aunt passed away. I'm so sorry. Thinking of you. Hey, Lynn. Hello, Danae. Hi, Barbara. Hey, Lori. Hi, Lisa. Hey, Roxanne. Good to see all of y'all today. I hope y'all are having a great day. Happy Wednesday. So, painting our George Washington today. But before we do that, I want to share with you all some of the most adorable new products. So, Mom and I, if you all do not know, before the Celebration Company that you all know, had a party business, and it was called the Celebration Company. And it was a party in a box type of a business, and we did not successfully, but we had some super duper cute things. We did, first birthday parties and baby showers and things of that nature, and provided all the decor for those things. We love to have parties. We love to decorate for parties. And so naturally, we also love party decor. We love plates and napkins and all of the things, all kinds of party decor. We just love it all. And it has been a strong desire to have it available to you all. But, it's a little bit outside of our niche or our market. So we've never had it. But we thought for the 250th anniversary of America, this might be the right time to have a little bit. So we did get a little bit of the most adorable stuff you've ever seen. And we have a very limited quantity. When it's gone, it's gone. We just have a few items, small little collection. All of it does coordinate. So if you wanted to get everything, then you'd have all kinds of stuff for your party. You'd pretty well be set, okay? So let me show you all what we have, okay? You know, I just realized something. I did not buy napkins. Why did I not buy napkins? I think it's because I had already gotten all of these napkins for our napkin bundle. And so I don't know why napkins just was not on my brain, but I'm going to have to buy some napkins. So we might just add those on as like a pre-order, and then we'll turn around and order them. So, oops. Nobody out of all of us realized that. Nobody out of all of us realized that. I don't know how we didn't realize that we didn't get napkins to go with this stuff. Anyways, so party stuff for the 4th of July, we have got it for you. Like I said, limited quantities. So let me show you what we have. All of this is available on the website. I will post the link here, but actually what I can do instead is add the links directly to the products. So let me do that really quick. And that way you can go directly to what you want. So hang on just a minute. Okay. Just thinking. Just got to give it a second to process, you know, which is the way that I am too. I don't know about y'all, but that's definitely how I am as well. I gotta have time to process. Okay, here we go. So I will post the QR codes at the bottom for all of these items, and y'all can take a screenshot and then go into your photos and hold your finger down on the QR code, and it'll bring the item up on our website, okay? So, all right, Tammy, so I just explained all of that. So what we have, we've got some plates, okay? 2 different sizes of these plates. So you've got the smaller 8-inch plate, 9-inch plates. These right here have the beautiful floral on them. So let me add really quick on here so you can see. Y'all, I will say these are all great quality boutique style plates. These are not your Dollar Tree plates, okay? They are way, way, way better than that, and so much cuter, if I do say so myself. So these plates are these gorgeous, most adorable floral design. If you were part of if you're part of our craft paper subscription, all of our craft paper is inspired by this right here. All of the patriotic stuff is inspired by this right here. So you could even purchase this stuff and make some things with that craft paper to go with your party. So these are the cutest things. There's 8 in a package, and they have this adorable little scallop on the edge. They are red, white, blue, have different shades of blue in there. They're so cute with these plates right here, which are the larger ones. These are 10-inch, okay, and they are red and white polka dot with a blue scallop around the edge. I just think that they are so stinking cute, and look how adorable they are together. Have you ever seen something so adorable? I just am obsessed with it. So, here's the plates. We also have some other fun plates that you could get to add. So we have these. Let's see, I didn't add the red ones. Let me put those up there. Then we have these right here, these little patriotic cake-shaped plates. There are 8 of these in a package, and I think these are super cute sitting on top of these other ones. If you like to host and you I love to set the table, especially when I have cute plates. I'll set the table and it just makes for the cutest presentation ever. And everyone's going to come in and be like, oh my gosh, this is so adorable. So these little cake plates are so fun. I love these too. So there's those. Let me add those on here. So again, they're in the shape of a cake with a little firecracker like star candles. And then we also have these, which you can also stack as well. And these have the little popsicles and ice cream cone on them. And the little ice cream cone has a little tag or like a little flag sticking out that says USA on it. They are just so cute. Blue and red. There's a little bit of pink in this one. Super duper cute little plates. Oh, Mom replied and said you can no longer purchase the April designs for the Celebrate and Create Paper Club. So unfortunately, you can still, though, if you subscribe and you receive next month's, you can go back and purchase, though, this month's if you become a subscriber. So if you subscribe right now, you won't get this month's designs, but as a subscriber, you can go back and purchase previous month's designs. Is that correct? Am I saying that correct? Because I'm pretty sure that I am. Okay. But anyways, so there's that one. Okay, so we got 4 different plates, which are all super cute. So cute, Dale. I love that idea. I have these for the kids and these for the adults. That would be so cute. All right. Also, we have some decorations. So we have this one right here. This is the cutest little bunting banner. And these are the patterns. So, of course, it goes with this one, right? Goes with that plate. And they're already made for you. You just have to open them up. And you can kind of see a picture here on the back, kind of what it looks like. Let me pull this link up for you. Okay. Right there. It is, I'm not sure how long it is. It might say on the website. But this is the cutest little bunting, little decoration that you can grab. And you can combine it with this one right here, which is this USA banner. And this is a better picture back here. See this little USA banner? It's got, some of the letters have the same pattern that's on this plate and that's on this little bunting banner. The letters have the same pattern on them, several of them. And so it's just adorable. And so you can combine the two together to make the cutest little decoration. So Mom says May paper will be available May 1st. Yes, you can purchase April if you are a subscriber. So if you subscribe on May 1, you can purchase April in the digital vault. So yes, so it's not exactly unavailable. It just, if you subscribe today, you will not receive, I actually don't know if you can subscribe right now, but if you subscribe on May 1, then you will not receive this month's, you'll receive May's, but you can go back and purchase April's, if that makes sense. Okay. All right. Then for the kiddos, we have DIY star wands. Every 4th of July party with kids needs these. They just absolutely do. Because what kid is not going to have fun making this, especially the girls, and then going around and waving this around and everything for the 4th of July. Let's see, I didn't put the USA. Here's the USA one. Okay. So these have everything that you need. It's got all of the felt pieces. It has the dowel rods and the ribbon. And so you can make the cutest little wand for the kiddos. And there are 6, enough in here to do 6 wands. So you can have this laying out at a little table and let the kiddos put together a cute little wand. Precious. Precious. Then we have this really nice little, like, what are they calling this? Pennant, a little pennant. And so this right here has this adorable, says Freedom Ring, Let Freedom Ring on it. Here's a little look at it. This is really cute for you to wave around. It's cute to use in your decor. Stick it inside the little caddy that's got your silverware in it. You could put a little basket on your food table that's got some flowers in it. Stick it inside that. Put it inside your planters outside that has your flowers in it. Just stick it down inside that. It's just a fun, simple way that's going to add a little bit of whimsy and patriotic flair to your party. So there's that. Oh, fun, didn't they? Yes, Jamie, the wands, absolutely. That would be super fun to use in your decor. Okay, we also have these. And they are serving spoons. Now, these are reusable. They are bamboo, and they are red, white, and blue, of course. So you've got your 2 different spoons. One is slotted, one is not. The slotted has the blue stars, and the one that isn't has the red stars. So these are just a great spoon for your barbecues. They're not breakable, even though they're well wrapped. They're not breakable, okay? So these are super duper cute and so fun for your cookouts. And so you get 2 of these. Hoping you'll do an arrangement in the Rusty Bucket, maybe using the star on a stick. Lisa, those Rusty Buckets are almost sold out, actually. So these are so fun. And of course, they coordinate with everything else. And then the last item is the cutest little, what's this called? Bingo set. Okay. So it's this cute little bingo set, which I am just obsessed with. It comes with 15 bingo sheets and 32 calling cards. And it's just the cutest thing. I just think it's just precious. And we love to play bingo. My family does. We play bingo every Christmas. And this past year we played it twice, actually. And so it's a fun little game to play. Include some prizes, you know. And they could be easy prizes, you know. But just a fun little party game that you can bring. It's $15 for the set. Comes in this really nice box that you can keep all of it in. So super cute. And of course, what did you expect? Of course, it coordinates with everything else. So your party can be just so coordinated, and everyone's going to be thinking that you are just this pro. And the thing about it is, this is the year. If ever there was a year out of the last 50, or the last 49, this is the year to go all out and to have a big party and to do all the things and to go a little bit more overboard than what you typically would. So we thought we would provide you all with some great items that you can use for your cookouts this 4th of July. And I hope you all like this stuff. Again, there's very small, limited quantities on everything. When it's gone, it's gone. We will add some napkins. I don't know what we were thinking. I don't know what I was thinking, why I didn't get napkins. But anyways, we will add some napkins and have those available too. But this is what we have. Okay, it's a small little collection of things. Everything coordinates. You can buy one of everything. It all is going to match itself. Okay. Yeah, fun for the adults and children. Absolutely. It's easy to do. This one here is pictures. That's the way that you play. So it's not numbers. So even the little kids can do this one. All right. Even the ones that can't read numbers, they can do this one because it's all pictures. So it's just matching. All right. So there we have it. That's all of that stuff. So I'm going to set this stuff aside. I hope y'all will check that stuff out. You can do the QR code at the bottom. Just take a screenshot and go to your photos, hold down on that QR code, and then it'll bring up the link. You can also go to the celebrationco.com and go to new arrivals. It's all of there. And you can go to, there is a section on the home page that's all of the patriotic stuff. So you can go there as well. I'm starting to get cold again. So I'm going to put my sweater back on and let's make our George Washington. All right. Okay. So this George Washington that I am using is one of my first ones, and I ended up taking this little base off, but I'm using this one anyways because why waste it? You know what I mean? So this one has this little extra base on it, which I thought was a little odd, and the one that you all have does not. So it is just a little bit different. So I'm going to start with buttermilk. Okay, and I'm actually going to add some water to this, or some white to this, because it's a little darker than what I want. And we're going to add some texture to it as well. I may end up, we might just change this color even a little bit more. I may add and make it a little grayer. So let's just see here. Let me mix this up. So we added some white to light buttermilk. I just want to lighten this up a little bit. And I do think maybe it might be a little too yellow. So I'm going to add some raw umber to this. Hey, Teresa. So let's add some raw umber. See what we get. I'm just wanting to take away a little of that yellow, make this a little more, I don't know, well, just a little less yellow. We're going for sort of a stone-like statue. I think I want to lighten it a little bit more. And we're just about there. You know what? I think I'm going to use the brush side. I think it'll be easier to mix. So I'm using my big part on my paint palette. Y'all can't see because of that QR code. Okay, I think we're getting there. I just want to kind of see. Yeah, it's definitely a lot less yellow. I think I like that. I'm going to add a little more white. And then I'm going to go with it. Probably have way too much paint here, but. So we did light buttermilk, white, and raw umber. Okay, and this is the color. All right. Okay. So I'm going to mix, before I start painting, we're going to mix some baking soda inside our paint. And this is just going to add a little bit of texture to the paint. Do I still have... At one point, I had a measuring spoon in here. I don't see one. So we'll just dump it in. All right, I'm going to add just a little bit to start. I don't want a ton of texture. I just want the paint to have a little bit of grit to it. I'm just kind of looking at the bottom of the paint palette to see what that looks like, and I think this is going to work. We could always add more on the second coat if we feel like we need it, but I think this is going to work. So that was, I don't know, maybe a teaspoon of baking soda, not a lot. Hello, Janet. So let's paint our George Washington, and let's see here if I've got enough texture or if I want to add a little bit more. I think I'm going to add more, actually. Yep, I'm going to add some more. I know, Teresa. I just said the same thing yesterday, that I just can't believe May is already here and the kids are going to be out of school soon. It is so hard to believe. Okay. There we go. I think that'll be good enough. So we're just going to get this completely coated in our paint. And we're going to do 2 coats at least. I would say 2 coats should be plenty. Teresa Johnston, I'm glad you're here. So there's a lot of things that you can do with these busts. I mean, truly, you can do almost anything. It's just all depending on what kind of look you want, what style you have. So we're going for something that looks a little bit more vintage, a little more authentic. But you could paint it a solid color and add some triple thick. You could leave it white and add triple thick. You could paint it and distress it. You could add like a layer of fawn first, coat it in fawn first, and then coat it in whatever color you want and distress it, and it'll look like wood. You can do, you could paint it to look realistic even if you wanted to. You don't have to get hung up on, oh, well, his skin would be this color and his hair would be this color. It can be all one color. So you don't have to get hung up on that. And I think that people do a lot of the times. Don't get hung up on that. All right. If you want it to be, you know, gold, it could be gold. It could be You know, you could use the brass paint on it, and that would be really cute. You can do so much. I'm just going to go over the face again, see if I can add a little bit more texture, and then we're going to dry this, and then we'll add our second coat. So we just have a little bit of grit in there so that it's just giving it a little texture, not a ton of texture. It's just a little. So you can see like a little bit of a, you know, like a graininess to it, because we do want this to look like stone. All right, I'm gonna have to come back and do the little base. But we're gonna dry this, and then we'll do a second coat. You can see this is real easy, y'all. Still looks a little yellow to me. I think it's a little, maybe a little more yellow than what I'd like for it to be. I'm trying to decide. But oh my goodness, the texture is perfect. It is so good. Y'all, this looks so good. You see yellow to green? Oh my word, I love the texture. I don't know if y'all can see the texture or not, but it's perfect. So let me put a coat here on the bottom, because I didn't really coat that part. Again, your bust is not going to have this. This was essentially, it's one of the first ones, so it was edited after this. And I think I'm going to edit the paint color a little bit. I'm torn. If it's the right color or not. I think that it's not. I think I want it a little lighter, and I'm going to add a tiny little bit of blue. Where is my peacock blue? Why do I not have peacock blue? Where is that? Huh. I don't know where that peacock blue is. I'm going to add a smidgen of blue, because the blue and yellow are opposite, and they're going to balance each other out. So I'm not going to add a ton. I'm just going to do a little bit just to see how it does. I might have added too much. Hopefully not. Let's mix this all up, see what we get. Okay, I don't think I added too much. I think this is good. So I just literally put a little bit on the end of my brush. All right, let's try this. Okay. Okay, yes. I think this is going to be better. So we're going in with a second coat. A little bit of blue on my brush there. Let's keep brushing over. so you can see the difference. Like I said, I'm going for like a stone kind of a look, so I think this color is better without the yellowiness to it. Super easy to paint, y'all. All of our 3D pieces are very easy to paint. The acrylic paint sticks to them perfectly. They're very easy to work with. Yeah, I like this color better. So we did buttermilk, raw umber, white, and a tiny little bit of vivid blue to get this almost like a putty kind of a color. Yeah. Liking. All right. Here we go. So we have it all coated. I am just around the face, gonna just dab my brush over it so that I don't have brush strokes. So I'm just kind of just dabbing on different areas that might have the brush strokes so that we can just remove those. So we just have that stone-like texture. Doreen, so that's part of what I teach in my paint mixing class that you can purchase from me, is how colors react with each other. And so blue and yellow, they're on the opposite sides of the color wheel. And so when you mix them together, they make green, right? But what it can also do is neutralize. So the blue sort of neutralizes that yellow, okay? All right, that looks great. Okay, let's dry this. This is what it looks like. Color is perfect. It's always a little scary adding that blue, but you can see it made all the difference. Okay, I see just a couple of spots here on the front. All right. I'm gonna make sure it's good and dry because you can feel that it's a little tacky where it's kind of thick. You don't want to pull the finish off. It already looks like stone. Okay. So here is what it looks like. I feel like it is always so dark for some reason when I'm trying to show you all something. It just looks so dark to me. I don't know if it looks dark to y'all, but it must be because there's a light right here. Can y'all, is that any better? Can't see it up close, but anyways, so this texture looks so good. I feel like it's still a little wet, but we're gonna move on to the next step. You could leave it just like this, but I want to add just a little bit of aging to it to make it look like it's sort of been around for a while. And we're gonna do that with dry brushing. So I just got to decide on a color for the dry brushing. I think raw umber is going to be too dark, but I'm a little bit worried about adding white to it. Let's start. I'm going to start with fawn, and we're just going to see what that looks like, and then we can go up and make it darker. And we're going to do very intense dry brushing, meaning very little paint on the brush. So we want this to look like, and I'm using my fluffy brush, y'all. We just want this to look like it's received a little bit of dirt and stuff right on the top surfaces where it's been around for a little while. I'm going to start back here on the back. And I added, okay, I think this is going to be perfect actually. So what I'm going to do, I added just a tiny little bit. As you can see, you can't really see it on my brush. You can see how much I removed, okay, because we want a very light. You see that? And so you're just going to take this and just slowly work it. And as you do, some of those top layers are going to receive a little bit of paint. You want to make sure you don't do too much, because if you do too much, then it's going to get brush marks, and we don't want the brush marks. We want that texture to show up, but you don't want the brush marks. Okay, so this is just going to bring out the texture of the statue and all of the details of the statue itself. And you can see I still have not removed any more or added any more paint. This is looking so good. So we used fawn, and I think that was a good decision. I think raw umber was going to be too much. So here's what it's looking like. Can y'all see the details? I don't know if y'all can see that or not. I'm going to add some more. Keep going. Okay. I think we're about done. And you could, I mean, you could keep going, you know, for forever. But I think I'm happy with this. I'm trying to get the corners. Okay, that's it, y'all. That's all there is to it. So here's what he looks like. So you can see how we just sort of brought out the details. Look at that. Doesn't it look, oh my gosh. That looks so good. That was so fun and simple. So you just take some paint. We mixed buttermilk with white and raw umber and the tiniest bit of vivid blue in order to make this color. And then we used Fawn, this one here, to dry brush over top of it. And of course, we did add in baking soda to the paint. That's important. You have to have the baking soda or it is not going to be the same. Okay, you gotta have the baking soda in order to achieve that texture in there, which is gonna give it that stone appearance. And that's all there is to it, y'all. Super simple. So don't let these little busts overwhelm you, okay? Because you can keep it very simple with them. All you have to do is just add one coat, like just one color, essentially, for the whole thing is all you need. You don't have to be, difficult with it. You know what I mean? So there you have it, y'all. Okay, I will not be live tomorrow or Friday, so I'll see you all back here on Monday. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I love you guys, and I'll see you all soon. Bye, everybody, and make sure you go check out all of that adorable party decor. See y'all.